Welcome everyone once again to Late Night Vibes with Ine and Cece. Today we're touching on a very sensitive topic. Men get abused too. The truth no one talks about. It's time for us to face this uncomfortable truth. Men can be victims of abuse as well. So this show is gives voice to those who've been silenced, real stories, real pain, and real healing. And as usual, this is a disclaimer. We're not here to bash anyone. So, and as you know, it's a very sensitive topic. So please keep your comments respectful. Today, we're talking about this uncomfortable truth from viral clips of violence to Netflix documentary, My Wife, My Abuser, recorded under the camera. We're digging into what so many are afraid to admit. Men also get abused.
Leave which house?
I'm telling you.
This is my house. This is my house.
What happened to my clothes?
Leave my house.
Why did you remove my clothes?
You told me, say, none of my property
Why
here.
did you remove my clothes to go to school? Why did you remove my clothes?
They wash them.
Why did you... Is that what you want? All this while that's you kill me today.
They do. Do what you want to.
This is why Papa don't play. That's why you don't know when to leave and when to stay.
They do, they go.
Alex.
They do, they go.
Alex, go.
You see these children?
Alex, go.
They run up for government house.
Alex, go. You keep me today. I forgot you keep me today. If I do that today.
They come down. They come down.
Yes, your record is let me get my face. No.
They come.
You keep me today.
Don't worry.
I beg you to leave in peace.
Leave in
you
peace.
Don't want to leave.
You tell me to leave in peace.
Because you want to fight.
Don't worry. They do, they go.
You see my clothes?
They do, they go.
You see my clothes?
They do, they go. Don't took me knife for. 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 I will tell you. Don't took me knife. I beg, don't took me knife. I beg, I beg you, don't took me knife for. I will tell you, I don't carry knife for you. I don't carry knife for you. I don't carry knife for you. I will tell you. No carry, no took me knife for. No took me knife.
Why didn't you leave?
I will tell you, not took me knife. I don't do anything. Not took me knife for. Not took me knife. I will tell you. Not took me knife. Not took me knife for. You don't go carry knife. Not took me knife. I will tell you, not took me knife. I will tell you.
Where to go?
Where look at the go?
You're going where?
Don't took me knife for.
We're not going anywhere.
Don't took me knife.
Let me have that phone.
Which phone? This phone?
But let me have that phone. I swear to God, I will split blood here.
See.
Not took me this knife.
Not took me knife for.
I swear.
I will tell you.
I'm not joking with you.
Not took me knife.
I'm not
Now
joking.
leave you hold knife. Not took me knife.
Not leave it hold knife.
No, you don't have hold knife for.
Use it against me. I
I
don't
will tell you. Now you hold knife.
I begged you.
No.
Leave this room.
You want to kill me?
Go your room.
You want to kill me?
Leave me.
Are you trying to kill me? Oh yeah, kill me. Kill me. No worry. Kill me. Kill me now.
When do you think that behaviour came? Eh? The problem is in your marriage is because of you.
My battery died.
So how did you call a cab?
You know the supermarket, they have free phone for cabs.
Are you cheating on me?
No? Oh.
So who the hell was the guy that dropped you off?
Patrick, I've told you, the cab driver.
Are you lying to me?
No.
Then you're cheating on me.
No.
Stop!
In the year ending March 2024, it was estimated that 6.5% of men, about 1.5 million men in the UK, experienced domestic abuse in 2024. Let's start with, first of all, by watching a viral video where a woman was caught on camera threatening a man with a knife. And then, in contrast, we also have a video where we can see a man slapping a lady. So we're here to tell you why we also have that video. So to dive into this sensitive topic, first of all, we're joined by Nikita Okafor. Nikita is a public speaker, the CEO of Coach Kita, a coaching academy supporting women with limiting beliefs. Nikita, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And with us again, we have Stanley. Stanley is an actor. Stanley, you've got something briefly you do in terms of domestic abuse. You want to talk about it just 1 second?
Yeah, so I do awareness for people going through domestic abuse. So basically, we put domestic abuse awareness into motion pictures, where we obviously try to play these videos for like people who are studying like domestic abuse, who don't know that they're going through abuse. And I try to showcase different types of abuse, because people don't understand that when people say abuse, they only think about the physical abuse, but they've got financial abuse, mental abuse, they've got other types of abuse, which we showcase as well. And obviously opposite sex abuse as well, which we don't normally talk about. So I'm really excited that we're about to talk about this, because it's a topic that's very dear to my heart. So kudos to you, Ine, for this.
Thank you so much, Stanley. Thank you for joining us. And with us, we have Detective Sergeant Lola Giwa. Thank you so much, Lola Giwa. Lola is a specialist police officer in child protection and vulnerability. She brings years of experience working with families, safeguarding children, and helping parents understand their responsibilities under the law. Lola, we thank you so much for joining us again.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, everyone. Good evening, Nikita and Stanley.
Good evening.
I'm pleased to meet the both of you here. So thanks for having me.
Good evening. Nice to meet you as well. Nice to have you as well, Lola.
Nice to meet
Lola,
you.
are you a sergeant in the UK or Nigeria?
In the UK.
That's fantastic, man. That is very fantastic.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you.
All right, without further ado, so to our viewers, why do you think people react more strongly when the victim is a woman versus when it is a man? So that's to our viewers. I'll start first with Nikita before we go into this topic, because I know you all have a bit of things to talk about. So I'll give you your moment. Let's talk about that video that we just watched where the woman was threatening her husband with a knife. What do you think about that video?
So I don't condone violence in any shape or form. I believe in dialogue. But obviously, people have different dynamics to their relationships, and some people do think violence is something that they can work with. And maybe people have seen violence growing up. They think that's the right thing to do. You know, it's almost like they've been taught to behave that way. They've been taught to do that. So sometimes I don't judge straight away, because I want to know the background to this person and why they got to this space in their life, and why they would be doing that. But in relation to, you know, what the woman did, not knowing her background, I would not condoning at all. I would say that was probably the wrong choice, and that she had other choices available to her that she could have utilized.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And what do you think? How do you think we can help change how society view abuse, no matter who it happens to, whether it's a man or a woman?
So, if I was saying that some people think that that's the right thing to do. They've grown up watching maybe their parents being abusive toward each other, their uncles, the community, where they grew up, even their teachers being abusive. So people have imbibed this, whether consciously or unconsciously, and carried forward this behavior. So we have to, try and rewind the wreck that has been caused by this kind of upbringing, and call it out, whether it's towards a man, whether it's towards a woman. We need to educate people more on the ramifications of abuse. And like Stanley said earlier, it's not just physical, emotional, it even goes deeper than physical, because physical, if it's not, fatal, you can always heal on the physical bit and it's healed. If it's really bad, it leaves a scar, but emotional gets really deep down. And, sometimes you wonder whether those emotional wounds ever heal. So we're talking something that is potentially life changing. So we need to speak about it. We need to educate people about it. We need to have conversations. And thank God for this conversation about it, and change people's mindsets, because this is ingrained in some people. They will argue with you and say, this is the right thing to do. You need to teach the person a lesson, blah, 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 blah. This is what I saw while growing up. So we need to keep speaking about it, correct, these impressions where we can, and educate people on why it's not the right thing to do.
Thank you, Nikita. And at the end of the day, these are people's children as well, because lives could be lost. The way she picked up the knife, anything could happen, and then the children are also there, seeing what the mom is doing to their dad. So this is where it moves from generation to generation. So
exactly.
Thank you for your contribution. Over to you, Stanley. Now we watched a clip that you shot, Stanley. You're muted.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, we had a chat about that clip, and you said something around. We saw how well you slapped that lady.
Even though I didn't slap her, I did not touch her. But the camera angle was so good. So,
it was resounding. Yeah. I can hear it even now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that you on the video?
Yes.
It was.
Ah, that's interesting.
It was.
So, Stanley, can you tell us a bit about, because you told me that really affected you. It was, because you said it was real slap. So
yeah.
Impact it had.
So with that movie, when I was doing that film, because I've never experienced violence before, I know people who have gone through, but it's just a thing of, if it's not affecting me, it's not my business. But then it's something that I then took upon after I done that film, because I had to start watching about people who go through domestic violence, people that abuse people, and all of those things. I had to put myself in that character, and by the time I finish that movie, I have to go home, I have to be in character, I have to be angry all the time. I have to be I'm ready to beat people and all of those things. And when I'm ready to beat people, I'm ready to beat the opposite sex. And after doing that film, I realized that people who actually abuse people in a marriage or relationship, they have to be sick. That's the only way I can see it. They have to be sick. Something has to be wrong with them, because even me on the normal day, I'm acting and I'm feeling that way. So imagine you actually doing it for real. It's terrible. You need deliverance or something. You have to be possessed with something, because it's not a normal act for people to actually do. And again, it's upbringing, like Nikita said, that you have to do upbringing. I've never seen my dad hit my mom or my mom hit my dad. I've never even seen them have an argument before. So that is the way I've grown up as well. Not me like this now. If I wake up in the morning and my wife goes to me, the sky is red. I know the sky is not red, but just because I can't be bothered to stress myself, I'll be like, okay, I'll just agree that the sky is red. Let's just have peace. You understand? Because it's how I've grown up. Seeing my dad agree to things, you just so peace can reign and all of these things. And that's how it should be. And for the video that we're talking about, the opposite sex abusing the man, it's just a thing of it's the country we live in. I feel like UK is to be blamed as well a little bit for it, because in Nigeria, she will not try such thing. I remember when my mom and my dad were having issues in Nigeria, I said to her, listen, you guys need to resolve this issue, because if it goes left, we, the children, we're not going to leave this man. No. If man has a mansion, we're going to live in this house. We'll come and be visiting your father's house. Because that's Nigeria's culture. You cannot kick a man out of his house. You understand? But over here, a house that man has bought and paid for and everything, you can kick him out of it, because the society allows you to do so. So women feel like, "Oh, in Nigeria, probably that man has never even opened their mouth to tell that man, are you mad before in her life? You understand? But because they've come to the UK, she knows that the government will support her, the backing from the government as well. You know what? I might as well. You can have a disagreement. People have disputes in relationship, but not the fact of you going to pick up a knife to actually kill the man. That's just it's wrong. So yeah, it's wild. I feel like people who do that are not themselves. They're definitely possessed by something because it's not normal. That film has opened my eye to tell me that it's not normal. You can't be normal and you want to be hitting your wife, someone you've taken to the altar, or your girlfriend. You can't even hit anybody. I've never hit my sisters before, so I can go out today and a man and a woman that fight me, I will intervene. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. I don't even want to know what the problem is, but the fact that you're putting your hands on a woman, I will fight you because there is no need to do that. No matter what the woman has said, you can walk away. We have self-control. We should get self-control. And that's why I say it's upbringing plays a really big part as well. So yeah.
Oh, God. Interesting. Quite very interesting. Thank you so much for that upbringing. Yeah. Lola, I want to this one. I'm very excited when you indicated that you want to join this conversation. I was like, yes, this question will go to Lola. So, Lola, being a detective, you would have heard cases of women abusing men. Am I correct to say that?
Loads.
Good. And they abuse the men, and then they would allege, some of them would allege rape. Some of them would allege something else, domestic violence against this man that didn't do nothing to them. How does the law reconcile the woman's word against the man? Like Stanley said, because we're in the UK, the women are favored. How does the law reconcile behaviors like this, where the men are innocent? We've seen that video. The man didn't even touch the wife, but she's done all of those things, How does the law reconcile the women's word against the men's word?
Okay. Thanks for that question, Nini. Before I actually become a child protection specialist, I work in DV units. And I can tell you a lot about incidents relating to women being perpetrators. First, before I dive into that, I would like to ask Stanley a question. He was saying that UK is to be blamed for the things that women are doing. In what sense, Stanley? Let me ask. You're muted.
So in terms of we have like in Nigeria, my mom before they split up with my dad, yes, she had a time where she called us, had a discussion with us. This is what's going on, this is what's happening. What do you guys think of this and stuff like that? Do you understand? We had a say. We said our own opinion and things like that. But in terms of the UK, it's I've seen cases where you call in, oh, my husband did this. Before they even want to know what your husband has done, they'll tell him to leave the house first. Because the man is anytime like the police comes, the man is always, because the thing is, obviously there's nobody that will be thinking, oh, like I may be wrong, but there's nobody that will be thinking, oh, woman, people never think a woman can abuse a man. If we didn't see that video now, that woman might have called police, oh, you raised the knife on me. If there was no video evidence, they'll believe it. Because obviously the woman has, maybe she's crying, maybe she's holding the kid, maybe she's put up all this act and all of those things. Because there's a country where like the women are being listened to more. They're being like, there's a country where, but if my mom was probably in the UK, she would have probably not consulted us before she went ahead to, tell my dad about himself. Do you get what I mean? But because we're in Nigeria, we're like, you're able to have that discussion with your kids and understand. But because you're in the UK, you don't care. Anything that wants to happen should happen. I know that, okay, you know what? I will get the backing. Is that possibility? I'm saying the UK is to blame in terms of like, you don't think to before you do something because you feel like, oh, you know what? They'll back me. Because it's the country that deals with evidence. I've got evidence. Nigeria, where you don't, your husband can wake up tomorrow and tell you get out of the house. There is nothing to say, oh, he has been abusing me or anything like that. So that's why I said the UK is like, because every time a woman calls out first, it's obviously the woman that will be protected. The woman with the child is the woman that will be protected. Oh, there are kids in the house. They feel like the woman is more in a better position to protect the child than the man, even if it's the man that's protecting the child. But obviously, you have this mentality that the women are more to look after the kids than the men. So yeah, that's why I said the UK is to be blamed in some of these scenarios. But I mean, you're in the field, so you're better off, enlightening us and educating us some more, because that is my own point of view from what I've seen happening so far. So yeah.
Lola, sorry, Lola,
Okay. Yeah.
before you, so you come, let me just quickly ask. So, Stanley, don't you think it's because in Nigeria women are not protected, and that's why it seems like they don't have say? This is,
It's
we.
it is more, sorry to interject, it is more cultural than
Yeah, it's not.
legal
Yes,
in
yeah, yeah,
Nigeria.
yeah.
So over
Lola,
here,
yeah, Lola, Lola, just go. Yeah, go on, Lola, go
so
on. Yeah,
over here, it's more legal than culture. So I always say you cannot law overweighs our culture. So women are being protected because we are more vulnerable than men. That is not to say that Lord doesn't listen to men, because they do. And I'm sure Nikita will back me up on this. We are based on facts. On facts. If a woman calls us to their house and reported a domestic abuse, we will listen to both sides of the stories. Both sides, including speaking with the children, which we call voice of child. Those children in that video, if police officers have to attend that house, even if it's the woman that called and said, my husband has been abusing me, and she come up with every kind of stories without the video evidence, those children will be spoken to individually, separately away from their parents, so that any account they will be given would not in any way be interfered with by the parents. So if we don't get the truth from the women, we don't get the truth from the man, we will get the truth from children, because children ugly lies. They will tell you what has been happening. My mommy did this, my daddy did that. So if a woman called and said she's been abused and she alleged all kind of things, we deal with evidence, we deal with facts, not just what someone said, what victim said. You look at the bigger picture, not just one incident in isolation. That video that was sent to us, we don't know the background of it. Yes, the woman was extreme. Yes, her action was wrong, totally wrong. But like Nikita said, we don't know what took her to that level. We don't know what brought her to that level, to that extreme. We don't know what her experience is. So in that instance, I cannot basically say, okay, yes, this woman, no, she should be locked away, she should be doing that. Yes. If we have to treat that incident in isolation, yes, but we need to be open-minded and look at the bigger picture.
Thank you. Right, thank you. So that has answered my question, is that when it says when the women will allege different things towards the man. Right. So basically you all
Have I answered your question? Or?
To be honest, thinking about what Lola has said, I've, I've cracked my head, I've spun my head, I've checked everywhere. Yes, what do you think would have led her to pick up a knife? Because is he cheating? I mean, is he what? Because obviously the man clearly did not kill anybody, but for her to take a knife, that man is just a wicked person.
Can I jump
Naturally.
in here?
Go on,
I
yeah.
would love to answer what Stanley is asking. So, Stanley, there could be a number of reasons, and it's not just as straightforward as just cheating. Psychologists will tell you there are different kinds of people. Some people condone things and they come to a breaking point, and it's almost like they flip, they crack,
Yeah, true.
flip, and then any behavior then is not normal behavior. It's like, in law there's something called temporary insanity. It's that point that you reach that everything is blurred and you cannot see reason or rhyme anymore.
And
So we don't know the buttons the man has been pushing.
yeah,
We don't
because
know. This is why we're saying we need to know the backstory. What has led? Is it normal behavior? What has led up to this
Well,
moment?
clearly, you could see that that is assault. I mean, she assaulted the man.
Yeah.
if we're gonna go with the video that we have, that woman should be locked up or she should be in a
Because it
mental
was a
home.
man.
If we're going,
It was a
if we're
man
going with
that
that
did that
video,
to the lady.
exactly,
Would
it's
have
a different story.
Yeah,
It's a
that's what
different
we
No,
story
even
entirely.
if it was a man that did that to the lady, they will still, give it its day in court. You will
I
still
have
find out why that happened.
I have my friend who he almost committed suicide because of due to his marriage. And he would think about this year will come out to be laughing with us. There was never a fight. The wife was not beating him or anything. That woman messed with his mental health to the point that this guy almost killed himself. So when I heard the story, I almost cried because he's my best friend. He would come to my house, we would laugh, we would eat, but we would never know anything was going on because there's no woman bitter. His wife was a small person. The wife was not, but the wife just took his mental health here and twisted the whole thing and made him feel like he was
Emotional
not good enough.
abuse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
mental
crazy.
abuse.
And it's just mad
Emotional.
because the boy almost killed himself. He stayed in my house for him to get better because I was like, bro, it's not almost we had to go out all night and had to give him we even went away and abroad and we went away. He was just thinking, he was like, so if I did not come to you now, we would have not been here because obviously I would have been dead. You get what I mean? So it's just crazy. Like
So you understand what I'm saying, Stanley? That
yeah. So
woman
it's
could have that background of something
yeah.
that
But
It's
happened
that.
within her.
it's not an acceptable behavior anyway. So let's not digress from what we're the topic now. So the issue is men get abused as well, as we all know, men get abused. So how do we reconcile the fact that some ladies would lie against their husbands, whereas the
That
men didn't do anything of such?
that is something that you cannot get rid of. You cannot eradicate that. Everyone would have their story. Everyone have their story to tell. So that officers are turning up to a job or to an incident, we were all trained to go with open mind and make sure that we cross all the
Yeah.
T's
You have to
and
be
dot
open
all the
minded.
I's. Exactly. Cross all the
Yes.
T's and dot all the I's. So when we're investigating any nation, we look at anything that points towards or points away from the offender. Anything that points towards or points away from the offender, that's what we look at. So we don't just take a word for it. We talk to people. At least in domestic abuse, there will be one or two witnesses. A woman have to say, okay, I'm not talking to anyone. I have confided in my friend about this incident. Give us details of that, your friend. You've got a witness. Yeah, that's fine. Give us details. Like Stanley now, his friend confided in him. If that woman is to call us and tell us and allege anything against the husband, if Stanley's friend arrested by the police, he will provide us with details of people he has been talking to about his experiences. Then we will talk to them. That's how we take. It's like a jigsaw. It's like a puzzle, and you have to pick all the pieces together. I have investigated a traitor, and believe it or not, she was found guilty. So the law don't always are not just supporting women, they are supporting men as well and encouraging men, actually really, really encouraging men to speak up because men don't speak. They don't talk about their experiences. It's hard. And the reason they don't do that is because who is going to believe me? Is the police going to believe me?
To be
Are my
honest,
friends yeah.
to be honest,
Are my friends going to
I think it's the black men that don't speak up, man. White men will tell you straight, man.
it's
White
not
men will
only
run to
the
you and
black.
tell
No, it's
you.
not only the black men.
It's
It's not
because
only
come
the
on.
blacks. Trust me, it's not
Because
only
I know
the
how many times
blacks.
I've seen so many men go and write on Facebook, man, and they're all
Mm,
white. Black men,
mm,
we're very tough.
mm.
Our culture is killing us, man.
Our culture is killing us. Yes, we will
Yeah.
have lesser percentage of our men speaking up, but it's not just us. Even some white men find it difficult to come forward in abusive relationship
I think
or
it's the pride
marriage.
in men. I mean, how can a
Is the
woman
ego? Yes, it's the
speak up?
ego.
All right,
Yes.
let's fire on. Thank you so much, all of you, for all your wonderful contribution. I mean, we also have the Netflix documentary. My wife, my abuser, captured in camera. So that took the conversation to a global stage. It showed a real man sharing his story. He was manipulated, controlled, and even physically hurt by his partner. We all saw that story. And because he recorded it, the police could use his evidence. And then that was how he was exonerated from that issue. So this whole thing is a lot. Men are really going through abuse. But now that takes me to our final question, so we can wrap up. Um, are there cases where there are cases where the women would use the children, tell the children to fabricate lies against their father, so they can stand as, so they can use them as witnesses or something towards the abuse that never happened. Why is that happening? Or how do we, why is that happening?
I guess
Yeah.
it's human nature. Yeah, when it comes to both parties are fighting. Everybody wants to win, and you by any means necessary. I mean, twisting the children and manipulating the children is common ground, and it's not just women. Men do it as well. It's them trying to win brownie points to win over the case to their side. But if the case is thoroughly dealt with or investigated, you will see evidence of manipulation even towards the children. You will see from questions that you ask them. You could ask them, okay, so this tell you who told you to tell me this? Oh, mommy said I should say this when they ask me. You can find out by drilling down. But it's just them trying to win more brownie points for their case. I guess.
To add to what Nikita has said, yeah, because I'm just, you know what, I say things from experience. This is me and my mom and my dad again. When my mom and my dad were having their issues, yeah, we were five kids. My last sister was 18 when they split up. And then when we actually sat down to have a meeting about this thing, we're like, listen, let's talk, let's see what's going on, let's see how we can make this happen. We sat down and we thought maybe this is an issue that started 3 years ago or 2 years ago. This was an issue that started before like three of my last siblings were born. But my mom was able to hold it there. They were able to hold it together just so we can grow up with two-parent household with love and care. And we've now gotten to the level where nobody can manipulate anybody to say your father is a bad person. You can't come and tell me, like both of them are not together, but I know my father is a good man. I know my mother is a good woman. Everything they do that on the interest of their kids and all of those things. Yeah. So you can't come and tell me now, oh, your dad is the bad man, or your mom is the bad man, because we grew up with those people. We saw them. We saw the love they had for us and everything. We did not lack anything. Went to the best schools, and that's why sometimes when I say like people using their kids to like manipulate things and make things go left, it's just crazy to me. But then I see my mom and my dad, I'm like, listen, now both of you may not be together, but you guys are the real superheroes, man, because you held it down there. You stayed there and tried to like make sure that everybody knew what they were saying. Everybody was matured enough to make a decision. Not like one person will go, I'm staying with daddy or I'm staying with mommy because of what mommy has said or what daddy has told you. We all grew up together. So it's just crazy using kids to justify or implement your own bad side of things or just manipulate things. So yeah, and just adding what to Nikita has said.
Okay, so finally, thank you so much to all of you. Thank you so much for being brave enough to talk about this topic. So finally, to each of you, if you can use one minute or less, what's the way out to a man watching this video that is going through abuse or has been abused? So what's the way out? I know Lola touched on speak out, and if what I'm hearing, Lola, that would be a bit reassuring that the law is not totally in favor of women. If that is what I'm hearing, then I think that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. The law is not totally in favor of women. The law is in favor of victims. If you are a man and you are a victim of domestic abuse, speak up, report to the police. The law will be in your favor. So far, we have enough evidence to go to investigate this. Speak up. Don't say I won't be believed or anything like that. No. And there's numerous charities out there that supports men in abusive relationships. If you can't speak up for yourself, speak to someone who you know that can speak on your behalf. Then things will be good. Things will get treated from there, and you'll get better, and you move with your. We continue with your life. Or please do not die in silence, and because of the perspective that I won't be believed or the law won't support me. It's not women's word, it's human's word. It's not men's word, and neither is it women's word. It's human's word. And the law supports victims, not just women, not just men, victims.
Good, thank you. And Stanley, the way out for us, a man out there that is going through abuse.
Man, I would just add to what Sergeant Bella has said, because those type of things, I mean, in as much as it's easy as it may sound, maybe, when you're not in it, it's easy for you to make a decision outside. But you never, like you said, you never know the background of these stories. In as much as, speaking out is not enough. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, you get to speak out, but speaking out is not enough. I just think you should just leave. You should just leave, because you may not have you may speak out, and then speaking out is one thing, but with the woman listening or the man listening is another thing. You know what I mean? Maybe after you speak out today, you may not have the opportunity to speak out the next time, because they will be carried in a body bag. Because end of the day, I have a lot of friends here. Out of my friends group here, I feel like I'm the youngest out of my friends group. And sometimes when some of my older friends do something and someone is like, don't talk to your phone, what's the meaning of it? I'm like, I'm not talking to anybody. We're old enough to know what we're doing. You don't pass the age where anybody can speak to you. They only speak to kids to correct them. They don't speak to adults to correct them. You can speak to an adult and be like, yes, yes, I've heard, but he will go back and do the same thing because he's an adult. He knows what he's doing. We all know what we're doing. So in as much as there is good to speak out, after speaking out, maybe there's no change, or even if you see that, the speak out is not happening, but just walk away. One of the reasons I have my baby mom, we never had a baby mama drama, and the reason why we never had one is because from the beginning of the time she was pregnant, I said to her, "Listen, I want you to know that I would always love this child in as much as anything. I will go beyond anywhere for this child. But the day she will use this child against me, I'm going to leave the both of you and walk away. I'm not going to come here and say I'm dragging you through thought or anything, because it's going to affect that child. I'd rather you just sit down there with the child and be doing." But she had me. I think she actually, because I never had baby mama drama. My daughter is 12 today, and I never had any baby mama drama. Because anytime I tell her this is how it is, this is that, she understands and she'll be like, okay, that's fine. Don't worry, it's okay, let's do it next time. But she knows. But the thing is, with other people, you feel like, oh, you will never see this child again. And the next thing you're going to court, you're pulling the child up and down court, up and down court. You think it's not affecting the child? It's affecting the child. It's going to affect that child. And so it's just one of those things where I just allowed it. I mean, I just said to her, anything you ever use the child as a weapon against me, I will leave the both of you and go away. I'm not going to drag the child through. Whatever I want to tell the child, that child is going to grow up and come and all sit down on a round table and we'll talk about what has happened. But for me to put that child through that thing on it and traumatize the child from a young age, I will not do it. So yeah, I do hear what Lola is saying. Speaking out is not enough. If we're all adults, walk away as well. Just walk away.
Thank you for that contribution. Walk away. That's a good one. Thank you. And over to you, Nikita. What's the way out for a man watching that is being abused?
So I cannot but comment on the passion Stanley is answering that with, and I understand what he's saying about walking away. So the speaking out is not just telling somebody is actually getting the step
Help.
further, getting help, getting stuff done, and that includes separating yourself from the scenario. Obviously, even if it's in a marriage, it doesn't mean that the marriage is breaking down right there and then, but you need to kind of put some space between you and the perpetrator. Even that space in itself will help to be able to analyze what the issue is, and whether it can be resolved, and all that. I think if where men don't speak out to, they don't want to be seen as, oh, they're beating you up in your own home. You could speak to another friend who will now do the reporting for you, if you're ashamed or whatever. But the point is, because your life could be on the line, I think it's you're past shame in that sense. We shouldn't let the shame of what people will say. It's the same people that will say, "Oh my God, such a sad story. His wife beat him to death and he's gone." So forget what people, zone that out. Do what you need to do. However you can cry for help, do so and get the help that you need, and get something done.
Fantastic, Nikita. Thank you. So, to our viewers, what we've taken here is record the abuse, have evidence, look for charity organizations that support men, speak out to someone you trust. The law supports victim. Know that the law supports victim, not just women alone. Leave, walk away if it gets to that point. Just leave. Seek help. Separate yourself from the scenario. Don't let the shame keep you in an abusive relationship. And on that note, I want to thank you, Lola, Stanley, and Nikita for being brave to talk about what many won't. And to everyone watching at home, remember to share this video, talk about it. Let's make it normal to care about all victims of abuse. And to our viewers again, always remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And I will see you again. Thank you.